100 days ago, I decided to invest $5 every single day into the stock market on the Longbridge Singapore app. If you watch enough personal finance videos, you would know that every finance guru hates the fact that people are spending $5 every single day on kopi peng, bubble tea, and everything else. They basically want you to stop spending, save every dollar, and invest everything in the stock market. I'm definitely going to miss my $5 kopi peng every day, but of course I had to try out this investing challenge for myself. Instead of drinking my $5 kopi peng a day, I would put that $5 into the stock market for the next 100 days. At first I thought this would be fairly straightforward. Sounds easy enough, right? But once you actually decide to start investing, you realize that it can easily become quite overwhelming. Where do you start? What do you invest in? And most importantly, when should I invest, especially when markets are at an all-time high right now? So one of the biggest reasons people don't start investing is because they don't know where to start. In the past, our parents and grandparents had a problem. Information was hard to get and they had to rely on things like newspapers, television news, or maybe an uncle who knows stock investing. Today, however, our problem is the opposite. We have way too much information. Google, YouTube, even you watching this video right here, and AI exist, and virtually everyone has an opinion on investing and stocks. And when everyone has a different answer, the easiest choice often becomes doing absolutely nothing. And that's something that I really suffer from as well, which is called analysis paralysis. It's honestly not because we're lazy, it's just because we're overwhelmed with all the information out there. And that's why I chose this $5 a day challenge, not because I'm a genius who invented it on my free time in the toilet, just using my phone and stuff. I wish that was me, but because I came across this challenge on this other YouTuber's channel called Bob Sharp. So you have to give credit where credit is due, all credits to him, and I wanted to adapt the idea to something in Singapore, so starting this $5 a day challenge on the Longbridge Singapore app. For this challenge itself, I'm buying the S&P 500 through the stock VOO, which is basically the top 500 companies in America. Think of Apple, Tesla, Meta, Nvidia, all the big companies out there. But instead of just picking one, just going all in and choosing one which has such high tension because you don't know whether you're going to choose wrong, I'm going to choose all of them and own a tiny bit of all of them. But just following what I say or what anyone out there is telling you, it's not enough. Following the internet is not enough. Because when the market drops, and it will, the internet isn't going to come and comfort you and say, oh, poor thing, you lost some money. Let me calm you down. Let me calm you down and make you feel better. Nobody is coming to save you, and you need your own conviction for investing. So for me, I'm comfortable because I actually use all of these products. My iPhone, my AirPods, you have my MacBook as well. I use all of these things, and I'm so deep in the Apple ecosystem that I've virtually been trapped forever. I'm sure you guys can understand this. I also use things like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Google for my everyday entertainment as well. So if these companies continue innovating and making money, then logically their earnings should grow over the long term as well, and if that happens, their stock prices might grow with it as well. Obviously, nothing is guaranteed, but it's a bet that I understand and I'm willing to take as well. So instead of being only a consumer of these expensive ass products, I want a tiny piece of the pie as well, and that's how I'm able to keep myself mentally accountable and relaxed when I'm doing this challenge of investing $5 every day into the S&P 500. If you're watching this video right now and you're interested to get started investing, then you might just want to check out the Longbridge Singapore app. They're having a December only promotion where new users can get 5% interest on up to $5,000 if you sign up below with my exclusive link or scan the QR code here to get started. I'll leave all the details down below in the description box if you are interested. And that brings us to the second fear that people have from investing, which is the fear of losing money. Especially when the markets are doing so well right now and they're at all-time highs. It's completely natural to think, what if I'm buying at the top? What if I look like an idiot and the stock markets tank right after that? Usually that is me. Every time I buy something, it kind of drops, but I'm just gotten used to it. It is what it is, right? It's just part and parcel of investing, and I've accepted it, right? I wish every time I bought it went up, but it's not going to be the case. But because people are so afraid of other people judging them, it's actually subtly the fear of being judged instead of the fear of losing money. But people are never going to admit to that. But because of that, they never pull the trigger, and the markets just end up going higher and higher, and they lose all momentum to invest anymore. And then they just bitch and moan about it and say, should have bought back then, I would have made X amount of money in that sense. Now, even though I've been investing for a good amount of time, I'm human too, and I'm not immune to this fear of losing money and trying to time the market. I always think that I'm smarter than I actually am, and I know some sort of my experience or my knowledge, my gut feel knows that I'm going to invest at this particular time, and the markets are going to increase and go up from there. But more or less, I'm usually wrong, and that's why this investing challenge helps me combat that fear a little bit more, because it uses the concept of dollar cost averaging instead of a lump sum investing method. A lump sum investing method involves, much like what it says, I invest a big sum of money at one go, and I'm trying to time the market and buying it at a good price. And of course, the bigger the amount, the easier for you to get cold feet. Dollar cost averaging, on the other hand, is investing consistently over a period of time, like on a monthly or weekly time frame. That means when the markets are high, I'm investing, and when the markets are low, I'm still investing. This will bring down my cost price of the stock and average out very nicely, where I don't catch the bottom or the top perfectly, but I will land somewhere in the middle. So being average is fine too. But it's very powerful, not because it's going to earn me the most amount of money, but because it takes away so much pressure and helps me to relax and become overall a better investor. I no longer have to worry and spend hours on technical charts. I cannot even tell you in the last 5 years how much time I spent on technical charts trying to predict the markets going up, going down, where's the best entry and best exit and all that kind of stuff. And overall, I found that it's not really very helpful, at least to me. I don't want to spend that time doing that anymore and predicting when the moon and the stars will align that will give me the best entry on all the stocks. At least that's not how I want to invest anymore, because even when you get the timing right, most of the time, people don't want to admit it, but most of the time it's luck. And majority of people just don't have that capability to predict the market so accurately. Otherwise, we'll see a lot more millionaires just walking around for investing, right? In this way, I just have to control my input and consistently invest at $5 every day without worrying about the current stock price. I might not get the very best price, but I know that I'm investing in the long run, and I just let these companies do the heavy lifting for me. So $5 a day is also very easy for people to comprehend, because it's literally just a cup of kopi peng that you drink every day. I can just skip that cup and I'll be able to have that money to invest, so that hopefully I can buy more cups of atas coffee in the future and not have to worry about the price of coffee anymore. But all of this only makes sense in theory. Let me show you what actually happened when I started on day one. And that brings us to day one of this crazy ass challenge of investing $5 a day into the S&P 500, and we started on the 2nd of July 2025. You can see from this screenshot here from my Longbridge app that I literally bought right at the top of the market. Now, if I was just doing lump sum investing like I mentioned before, this would make me really nervous. Of course, it's never an easy feeling when you're buying at the very top. But the idea of just investing $5 a day wasn't too bad, so it was still relatively simple to get started with this challenge. I thought everything was going to go smoothly until day 19 came. As you can see from the charts this time, the markets continued to rise since my day one investment. So it was quite exciting. Every day, just opening up the app, watching my investment continuously go up for many days on end. I just realized that it must be quite nice for you guys on the other side of this video watching, that you can just see all the charts happening and kind of like predict the future, and not having to risk any of your money to see what unfolds, and you're using my money and you're living vicariously through my money. So I hope you're enjoying yourself, right? This is how much commitment I have to YouTube. I'm putting in so much money to develop this channel and to show you guys what's actually possible with investing. But now back to day 19, where there was a big ass candle and the markets just started to drop suddenly. In fact, it dropped so much that on day 20, you can see that it had dropped all the way to the same price as day 1. Which is insane when you think about it, because the stock market continued to increase for 20 days since my first investment, and in just 2 days, it managed to wipe out all the gains and it went back to the same price again. And that's the reality when dealing with the stock market, because 20 days times 5 is just $100, which may not affect my emotions that much, but what if I invested $1,000 or even $10,000? How would you feel about this instead if this was your investment? And this is the exact price of investing into the stock market. For the potential gains that I'm investing for in the future, you need to be able to stomach this kind of volatility, especially in the US stock market. That's why it ties back to what I mentioned before. You need to invest into something that you have conviction in, and also to be in control of your emotions and not let this pain take you out unnecessarily. A lot of beginners who have invested for the first time and cannot bear the pain of seeing that potential loss in the portfolio might be very tempted to pull out their money, or they might just lose a couple of days of sleep, which is arguably pretty bad in your 30s as well. Fast forward to another 10 days and you can see that the same thing has happened. The markets have recovered and the market has broken to yet another all-time high. And that's why it's so important to stick to the process and continue dollar cost averaging so that we can continue to stay invested for the long term. If I zoom out to a longer time frame, now this screenshot shows us the weekly time frame instead of the daily time frame that shows day by day action. You can roughly see the pattern of the stock market. I think you kind of understand what I'm saying right now already. It pushes up, drops at times, and then takes a while to recover and breaks into all-time highs again. So the stock market might look very scary when you look at it from a daily point of view, because you don't know what's happening, but when you zoom out, investing becomes a lot more manageable. This is not to say that the stock market or any other individual stocks that you buy will only go up, because there are really bad stocks out there, and it can also go down really quickly during recessions or bad times, or if you've simply picked a really bad stock. But knowing what you sign up for is really important. It's not all about the sunshine rainbows. There's also the down moments, losses. But overall, I found that if I pick something solid and I have conviction in it, it's fine. My emotions are going to be a lot more in check. And this very nicely brings us to day 100, or rather day 115, since there was some delay to making this video, but in total, I've invested $575 and I have made, drumroll please, a grand total of $24. That puts us at an overall return of around 4% in the last 115 days, which is not too shabby just for $5 a day. It's not crazy retirement money for sure, but it does bring several lessons to mind when I review this challenge to make this video just for you guys. Lesson number 1 is that I really like the fact that this was a $5 a day challenge, because it means that almost anyone can partake in it as long as they forsake their $5 coffee bank. I'm kidding, of course, please drink your coffee if you need it to survive, but the inertia to get started is relatively low, so it's a very cheap and easy way for people to dip their toes into the world of investing. This breaks the myth that investing requires a huge amount of money to get started, because clearly you can see that a lot of these brokers allow you to start investing with as little as $5. Lesson number 2 is the volatility that you need to prepare yourself for should you choose to partake in the stock markets. Believe me, if you start investing, the markets will most definitely drop at some point in time, and you've got to be able to stomach the drop when you see your portfolio going into the red. My portfolio was definitely not in the green. Some days I was down like $5 or $10, and that wasn't very pleasant to see. But yet, are you going to let the emotion stop you from acting, or are you going to let the emotion stop you from continuously investing or continuing to execute and stick to your plan? This is a good way to train your investing muscle so that you can get more experience with investing and the emotions involved. Then you can slowly scale your way up to investing more money in the future. Otherwise, if you rush things and invest too much money into stocks that your friend told you would surely make money, you will end up just shitting your pants and go through a lot of anxiety. Worst case scenario, you might choose to sell off your stocks for a loss and give up on investing forever, which is the worst case scenario. Last but not least, investing can be tricky when you cannot decide who to listen to, especially on social media nowadays. This video is obviously not meant to tell you what to invest in and how to invest, but really more of my take of the proper mindsets to have when it comes to investing. How you should be deciding what to invest in so that you can sleep peacefully at night when the recessions come, and also what type of investing you prefer, like lump sum or dollar cost averaging. There's no one size fits all, and only the one that allows you to sleep peacefully at night. If you enjoyed this video here, then you'll probably enjoy this video here. Thanks for watching, have an amazing day as usual, and I'll see you guys in the next few videos. Bye bye.